lot of different things to look at. There's negative shapes, for instance. So if I were this little shape right here in between these two parts of his bandana, that's the negative shape. His bandana is the positive shape. So the more you draw, the more you get used to looking at a whole bunch of things at once. You're looking at angles, which is how far away it is from perpendicular. And perpendicular is that upside down T. So you're looking at angles, you're looking at shapes, then later you look at values. So there's a lot of different things that go into it. And I'm just trying to touch on a few of them. And I hope I'm not making it more complicated than it needs to be. His eye line at the bottom, they're both angled out this way, not perfectly parallel to the paper, but boop, like that, just a little bit. So I'm going to do those going out from that little mark I made. And then it's his eyeliner. I guess from what I gathered, Naruto's awesome, and he's also part cat. I honestly don't know. I like all the spirals, and I like that he has whiskers, and I like with many anime they level up, kind of, I guess. I'm not going to pretend to know because I don't really know, but I like that there's different what's it called, levels that they do. Like there's lots of different Pokemon. Can't think of the right word, but if you know what I mean, then cool. And if you don't, then I don't blame you for not knowing. Okay, so it's thicker eyeliner at the edges. Just gonna use my pencil. It might be off a little bit, but you know, you go ahead and switch yours to where you like it and makes you feel better. And I didn't mean to say that in a sarcastic way. Just, you know, switch it as you please or don't. So if I look at this right eye, I'm looking at how much of the top of the circle is cut off and how much negative space there is in the eye, meaning the white part of the eye. So it starts here and ends here, and then I'm just doing around, you know, the best circle I can do. Then his pupils are teeny in this one because he's looking kind of fierce, maybe focused, I'm not sure. And then there's a little circle right here to the left, more of an oblong oval for the shimmer and gleam in his eye. Then on the other side, try to make the same size circle, but on the left side. Let me see if this is still recording. Yep, it is. Pardon all the shadows. All right. So those look pretty similar to me. I'm comfortable with it. You do it until you're comfortable with yours. Again, with this one, the pupil is teeny tiny in the center, and then to the left, there's an oblong shape that is the shimmer in his eye. I'm going to erase the tear ducts. That was just our marking for where it started. Okay, I'm going to erase this midline now. You know, he's got these sort of fierce, with anime, they have interesting lines for expression. I'm still new to both watching and drawing anime, but I am fascinated by it, so there's that. His nose, if we're looking just at this length right here, that's the whole length of just his head underneath the bandana. His nose is almost perfectly halfway in between. So from the bandana, actually, we need to figure out where his chin is. No, I'm sorry. So we're going to measure the bandana, and underneath the bandana, go straight down. There's where his nose will be, and do that same length to go down, and that's where his chin will be. I just had to figure that out for a moment. So I hope that made sense. That's where his chin would be, because the bandana length, you go down, that's where the nose is, you go down, that's where the chin is. It's thirds from the bandana down to the chin. So hope that made sense. The angles on the outside of his face, just sort of straight down. So there's a straight line on the chin, straight line down, and then this one's kind of angled up. So straight line down, and you can use your pencil to line it up there if you want. And then there's his jawline. And mine might be off a little bit. If yours is, feel free to change it, or don't worry about it and turn it into a whole different drawing if you want to. But there's where his nose is, but his nose in this picture are just two little flat curves for his nostrils. There's lots of what's the word I'm looking for? Not lines, but suggested lines. I still think I'm looking for another word here, but I forgot. Oh, I forgot his other part of his hair there. Schwink. All right. So his sideburns. Right here is a long skinny V that butts up right next to the ear. And one there. And he's sort of got this kind of looking mouth, like he's growling or he's fierce. He's about to, yet I don't know. I haven't seen it. He's about to take care of some business is what it seems like to me. So if we're going to, from the tip of the pencil where the nose is, and I'm pinching where the chin is, let's see here. I mean, the middle of his teeth is about a little less than halfway. So that's where his teeth will be. And the angle of the top of his mouth is slanted up a little bit at an angle. So it's like about like this. And another tool with the pencil, if I drop down to where my pencil is perfectly parallel with the edge of the paper, from the middle of his eye, that's where the edge, so here's, you don't have to do this line, I'm just showing you what I'm doing with my pencil. Right here is where the edge of the mouth is, if that makes sense. And then the same thing over here. Okay. You can erase those later or make them look like a funky cyborg and switch them up entirely. Wait, yeah, that was this line. Nope, that was the corner. So this is gonna go out a little bit. That was the very corner of his mouth. So it goes up at an angle a little bit here. That same angle right here. Then down. So these sort of mimic his eye shapes. One here, one here. Then just the best you can, make that match up. I made mine a little too large. If I'm trying to do the exact drawing, it's a teeny bit off, but that's okay. I'm just going to leave it like that. Do a teeny little line underneath for his lip. I can tell it, you know, this is bugging me because see, there's more space here. Whoops. There's more space here than there is here by a long shot. So somewhere along the way, I did not do the measurements right. I think part of it is his mouth. Aha, that feels better. Still not exact, but that's okay. And then for his teeth, if you start right at the corner and just sort of do some zigzags and let it stop, you're not going to connect the whole line. To start here and just do some zigzags and go in, it gives that suggested line again, where it doesn't really connect, but your mind connects it, so it makes it a little bit more interesting. All right, he's got whiskers. At least I think these are whiskers from what my students have told me. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And let's finish his hair, his neck, and his shirt. And I will, woohoo, be done with my first video. All right, wish I had a sharper pencil, but that's okay. Next time I will be more prepared. Okay. If you go in, let's see here, right about the edge of the eye right here, if you go all the way down, that's where his neck starts. There. And about the same distance on the other side. All right. And angle out a little bit. And if you're drawing from something, you remember to use your pencil. Oftentimes people do it from far away and use their thumb. But this is another way to do it. Okay, he's got coming off of his earlobe here and going up to his neck, kind of a long W for his hair that's behind, that you see behind his head. Same thing here. All right, and then he's got this collar on his jacket. So right here, where his what's it called, shoulder, back of his shoulder is, there's an angle going out, and it's a little bit above the length of his hair. Swoop. Okay, so pretty symmetrical there. And then from the top of this, it ends just a teeny bit above that W. There's just some like bouncy boop, 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 that kind of like upside down U's connected. Same thing over there. You can do some of these lines going inward, just showing that, suggesting the line there. He's got a zipper, or the side of his hoodie thing right here, and then both of these lines kind of go in, and then there's just the suggestion of his, well, his shoulders out here. So it's that curved line down and then up and down. So, and then here's his shirt in the inside. And these are his collarbones. So if I just go directly down from the middle of his chin, one will go up at an angle and out on either side, kind of like some sort of bird or something. And I do realize that they are not exactly the same, but I'm okay with that. If you are not, then you are obviously more than welcome to change yours. A little bit of stripy shading lines in his ear. And I want to, let's see here, sort of like spot the difference. Anyway, so up here, coming to the his hair, just erase a little bit of the headband and do one long skinny V and another skinny V that's a little bit shorter, because these are going on top of the headband. Then there's one skinny V, swoop, swoop, right there. And it appears to still be recording. I hope that's the case. Right here, it's kind of like Simpson's hair. Not that I'm, anyway, sort of like Simpson's hair, Lisa Simpson. So out, in, you're kind of just doing pokey M's all the way around in a circle. So if you want to turn your paper, that's easier, then go ahead and do that. However it's easiest to you. Some are big, some are smaller. All right, and then his little symbol for his bandana is just, I guess it's easier to start just with the spiral, sort of like you're doing the number 6. So start spiral, stop, and then do a line out that way, and then less than symbol for a beak. It looks like a bird to me. I don't remember what it is. Then if you trace a line all the way around it, then it will give it that thicker sort of bubble letter line. And he's got these, well, my hair is covering in this one, but there's 3 little circles on either side for the rivets, I guess, that are keeping it on him. Okay, I don't want to, oh, and there's the bandana flappies. So right, coming off the ear because it's behind him, just kind of a wavy line with waves at the end of it. And then here's another wavy line. This one's going to run parallel to it and then kind of split through and go to the other side like a ribbon. And if you want to do some shading, I just do stripes sometimes. You can add any details, you can color it, you can trace it with Sharpie. So I think that is just plenty long enough, and I hope that the lighting and timing will be better from here on out. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye.